Hello, I'm Di from Super Lucky and this is my guide to using Twitter. All the essential things you need to know to get started and be able to use it confidently. Now, I'm a big fan of Twitter. I find it a really fun website and app to use. It's fast moving, it's the best way to find out the latest news, and of course, it's great for finding giveaways as well. Now this video is going to be about 30 minutes long. It's going to talk you through signing up to Twitter, editing your username, adding things to your profile, sending your first tweet, adding photographs, GIFs to your tweets, also how to reply, retweet, quote tweet, send direct messages. I'm also going to give you guidance on the best settings to use on Twitter if you do plan to use it to enter competitions. Now I've recorded this video on the Twitter website using my MacBook. You might be using the Twitter mobile app, in which case things might be in different places or slightly different. If you do have any questions, please just leave me a comment and I'll do my best to answer it below. I hope you find this guide useful. Good luck tweeting. Let's sign up for a Twitter account. Go to twitter.com and click sign up. When you join, you need to put a display name in. It doesn't need to be your real name. I'm just going to use Di for now. And a phone number. You can choose to use email instead. I like to use a phone number just because if you've got a phone connected to the account, it makes things more secure. Click on next and sign up. You'll shortly receive a number via text message to your phone. Put that number in to verify your account. Add a secure password. Twitter will suggest some accounts to follow based on your interest, but you can skip this for now. You also don't need to follow any of these recommended accounts. You can untick at the top and again, skip for now. Twitter likes to give you notifications in your browser. I find that quite annoying, so I don't activate it. You can choose to skip it or allow it here. Now, usually when you join Twitter, the sign-up process will involve you choosing your own username. That's what comes after the @ symbol. Unfortunately, I've not been able to do that today. I've set up a few different accounts for my tutorials. Twitter now thinks I'm some sort of bot, so it's assigned me a name with loads of numbers in. But it doesn't matter because I can change that straight away. And what I need to do is go to my little profile icon, top right. In there, go to Settings and Privacy, and here, you can change your username to anything you want. On Twitter, you have a display name and a username. You can see over here on the left, my display name at the moment is just Di. You can have anything up to 50 characters long for your display name. So you could have a really long sentence if you want. That's what people see when they see your tweets on Twitter. They see your display name. You also have a username, which is what people will use in tweets if they want to message you or contact you. They will use your username with the @ sign in front of it. That's also what you tell people your username is on Twitter. Usernames are unique. You're the only person that can have that username. Display names aren't unique. Here I'm going to choose a username that hopefully no one has got. What I like to do on Twitter, if I'm creating new accounts, is choose a few random words and stick them together. I like usernames to be memorable. Something that you can't easily make a mistake with, so no numbers, no punctuation, nothing that's a capital I, but it could be an L. I want it to be really quite clear what my username is. When you're choosing a username, Twitter will tell you if it's already been taken. So here, banana has already been taken. I'm going to try banana waffles, and Twitter tells me that it's available, so that's great. So that is what I'm going to change my username to. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the screen here and save changes. Pop in your password to confirm the change. Okay, so my username is now Banana Waffles. You can see that top left here. Now I'm going to move on to add some photos to my profile. I'm going to click the photo at the top and choose Profile to just view what it looks like at the moment. Over here on the left, you can see my display name, Di, and my username, Banana Waffles. I'm going to click Edit Profile over on the right here, and you'll see I can change my display name now. I'm going to change it to Di Coke. You can change the colour of your theme. You can only do this on a browser. You can't do this on the Twitter app. And you can also add your location, your website, and what's called a bio. A bio is a short introduction. It says a little bit about yourself. So you might want to put in your hobbies or something funny about yourself, or tell people what you do if you're a blogger, for example. So you can put anything you want in there. I'm just going to put in blogger from Birmingham. Something simple like that. I'm going to add a profile photograph here. Now, I've already downloaded a few relevant photos I can use here so I can upload quickly. I've got a little Japanese character here who's a banana, and I'm going to use this as my profile photo. You can make it bigger here. Twitter isn't really like Facebook. Facebook likes you to use a photograph of yourself and your full name as shown on your passport. Twitter is a bit more laid back. There's nobody checking your account. You can have as many accounts as you want. In some ways it's good, in some ways it's bad, but don't worry about your real identity on Twitter. You can be whatever you want to be. A header photo is just a long banner photo at the top. Nobody sees that unless they come to visit your profile page. Now, I'm not sure about that header photo, so I'm going to stick one of my banana waffles photos on instead. That's better. I click to save changes there, and I now have my profile set up. So at any point, if you want to change your display name, you just click to edit profile, and you can change it in here to anything you want and save changes. If you want to change your username or your handle, the one with the @ in front of it, you have to go to your settings and privacy and change it in here. But you can change it as often as you like. While we're here in the settings menu, I'm going to show you some privacy settings that you can look at over here on the left. So if you go to privacy and safety, this box at the top, don't tick this if you want to enter competitions. Protect your tweets means that your tweets are not public anymore. They will only be seen by the people who follow you. So if you're going onto Twitter to enter competitions, your tweets need to be public. Those promoters need to be able to see them. If you protect your tweets, nobody will ever see those tweets. So don't tick that box if you want to be entering competitions. People can find you on Twitter if they type in your email address or phone number. If you don't want people to do this, uncheck these boxes here next to discoverability. On Twitter, you can send private messages. They're called direct messages. You can set this so you can receive direct messages from anyone. Again, if you are entering competitions on Twitter, you might be entering a competition where you don't follow that brand. If you don't follow them, the only way that they can message you is if you've ticked this box, receive direct messages from anyone. When you've changed your settings, click Save Changes at the bottom and pop your password in to confirm. Here on the left, you can also change notification settings. If we start with email notifications, when you join Twitter, by default, you'll be getting a lot of notifications about what's happening. But if you're going to be using Twitter regularly, you don't really need to receive these by email. So if you go into your notifications, you can decide what you want to receive here. So if you don't want to receive emails from Twitter, simply uncheck all of these boxes and save changes. Underneath email notifications, you've got regular notifications. Twitter has a quality filter and the box is automatically ticked here. That's not a good idea if you're entering competitions because you won't see every tweet that your name is mentioned in. It's important as a comp that you keep track of everything that's happening around your account. You might miss certain things if you have this filter set. So uncheck that and make sure that you'll see all your notifications. Going back to your settings page via this top menu, you might also want to change another setting, which is under content. You can see that your Twitter timeline shows the best tweets first. These generally aren't the most recent tweets. Twitter was designed so you see the latest tweets at the top of your timeline when you log in. Twitter now changes it and it shows you what they think are the most important tweets to you or the most popular tweets that have happened since you last logged on. But if you always want to see the most recent tweets, uncheck that box to do that. When you go to twitter.com, you'll be on your Twitter homepage or your timeline, and that shows you tweets from all the accounts that you follow. We're not following anybody yet, so I'm going to find some accounts to follow, so we've got some content here. To search for accounts to follow on Twitter, there's two ways you can do it. You can search for the username if you know it. So for example, Super Lucky Die is my main account, and then that comes up with just me as an option. However, I could have just typed in Die Coke. You can just type in the display name, and then it's showing me here, Die Coke. So I'll click on that, and that takes me to the Super Lucky Die profile, my main account, and here I can just click to follow. That's going to turn pink on the bottom there and say following. Now when you do follow an account on Twitter, Twitter shows you similar accounts that you might also like. So for example, there's another competition website here, the Prize Finder, that's been suggested. So if you like the look of any of those, you can simply click to follow those as well. I'm going to look for Compass News magazine here at the top again. Type in Compass News, there it is. And again, I'm going to follow them. Other things you might want to follow, if you've got favourite sports teams, pop stars, things like that, go and find them and follow their accounts too. Okay, so I'm now following 7 accounts on Twitter, so I can show you what happens in my timeline or on my homepage. On here, there's going to be tweets from all those accounts that I follow. So I'm following at the top here, it's actually London Mums, but their display name is Monica Costa, there you can see. And her tweet, she's actually shared a link to a competition on her website. So you've got the tweet text at the top, and then that includes a link to her website. If you look at the format of her tweet text, she's got hashtags in here. She's got hashtag win, hashtag giveaway, hashtag competition. Also in the tweet, you'll see that she's tagged with @ other accounts on Twitter. So here she's tagged Early Man Movie and Aardman. So those are the 2 promoters involved with this giveaway that she's running on her website. So there's lots of content in that tweet. And to enter the competition, you actually have to go off Twitter and click the link below to go to her website. As we scroll down, you'll see as well as Twitter users that I follow, I'm seeing retweets as well from people that I follow. So you might see content on your homepage or timeline from people that you have no interest in. And the reason it's there is because somebody you follow has shared it and then it's pushed to your timeline. So here, there's 2 tweets from my other account, my main account, Super Lucky Die. So it says at the top, Die Coke retweeted. That's how you know it's a retweet, with this double arrow icon. So I've retweeted 2 competitions here, one from Kidimoto and then one from Smith and Canova. Now, if you see something you like the look of here, you can hover over that and you can follow the account directly from that tweet. So your timeline, it shows you tweets from people that you follow. It shows you retweets from people that you follow. You'll notice as you scroll through that loads of these tweets have got hashtags in and links. And what you're looking for is the coloured text, which shows you that that is a clickable link. If you click on a link like this one, that's going to take you to an external website. If you click on a hashtag, it's going to take you to a list of search results for that hashtag. So something like competition is actually really general hashtag. You'll find thousands and thousands of tweets on that. Also on your Twitter timeline, you might see sponsored or promoted posts, essentially advertising. For example, here I've got one from the Labour Party. You can spot that it's a sponsored post because it says at the bottom, promoted. Something to notice here too is that little blue tick next to the Labour Party. A blue tick means that Twitter has verified that account. Now, not all brands and promoters have a blue tick, but you know that if you do see a blue tick, that is the genuine brand or company. Now let's look at an individual tweet and how to interact with that tweet. So this tweet here from Peckman is a competition. Now you can interact with a tweet directly from your timeline. If you do want to open up a tweet in its own browser window, you can click the timestamp next to it. Here it's 11 minutes. Click on that and you can get the tweet in its own little window. If you notice this address at the top there, you can copy that, and that is the direct link to that specific tweet. If you ever need to copy and paste a link to a tweet, open it in its own window or click on the timestamp and copy and paste that address. So back to this tweet, it's actually quite vague. It's a competition, but there's not really much detail. There's no closing date. no terms and conditions. For the chance to win a mug, tell us what you drink from it. So what you need to do in this case is simply reply to the tweet. Now, if we look at the bottom of the tweet here, there's a speech bubble. That means to reply. The double arrows, the retweet. So you're sharing it to your own feed and people that follow you will see it. The heart means that you like the tweet. And underneath, you can also direct message the company. What we want to do for this one then is simply reply. Click on the reply button. You'll see the original tweet at the top here. And here's your reply at the bottom, replying to Peckman Official. And simply type in your response. That's all you need to do for this. It's actually quite straightforward. Click reply. If you want to share this tweet with your followers, simply click the retweet button underneath and then retweet. If you want to like this tweet, simply click the heart. If you want to check that your reply went through, click on the timestamp again to open it up, scroll down and you can see all the replies to this tweet. Sometimes on Twitter, rather than just doing a straight retweet, you might want to add a comment, adding something else to the tweet or explaining it to your followers. To do that, you click on the retweet button and then add a comment at the top. Click tweet. To see how that tweet looks, click on your profile photo, click to go to your profile. You'll see here that underneath the normal tweet text is the original tweet in a box that I've quoted. Now, if I click to go back to the original tweet, you'll see underneath there's no green arrows here. A quoted tweet does not count as a retweet. So I can also retweet that on its own as a regular retweet as well as a quoted tweet. So I can quote the tweet and add a comment of my own, or I can do it as just a regular retweet, or I can do both. If I want to undo that, I just click again, refresh the page, and the retweet's gone. Now let's look at how you can send your own tweet. Click on the tweet button at the top right. For every tweet, you have a maximum of 280 characters that you can use. Those characters don't include links or photos or GIFs or videos. So that's the main content of your tweet must be less than 280 characters. When you send a tweet, you can tag in any account on Twitter. They don't have to be a friend of yours. They don't have to be someone you're following. It can be anybody. Any username that you tag in a tweet will get a notification that you've mentioned them. I'm going to start a tweet and just tag in Super Lucky Die as an example. So, hello Super Lucky Die. I'm new to Twitter. When you're typing a username or a hashtag into a tweet, whether you use lower or uppercase does not make any difference at all. If you want to add an emoji to your tweet, click the little smiley face on the right and you can choose one from there. If you want to add photos or a video, click the gallery icon at the bottom. You can add up to 4 photographs to a tweet. If you want to add a GIF, which is a fun little video, click on that and then search for what you want. I'm going to see if there's anything. Hello banana. There we go. I think that one's appropriate. I'm going to add that to my tweet. You can check how much of your tweet character allocation you've got by looking at this little circle in the corner there. You can see that the blue line shows how much you've got left to type. So as you keep typing in that box, you see how the blue line gets longer and longer and warns you when you're near your 280 character limit. So that's my tweet ready to go. I'm going to send that now. So let's look quickly at the layout of a profile page. The default is showing all the tweets that I've sent. However, that tab doesn't show the replies that I've sent. So if I click on tweets and replies, that shows all the tweets I've sent, or 2 of them, plus the reply that I sent to Peckman. Now, when you tweet or retweet on Twitter, it's seen by all your followers, unless you're replying to someone or if you start a tweet with an @ symbol. So this reply here to Peckman Official, that will actually only be seen on the timelines of people who follow both me and Peckman Official. So anytime you reply to someone or if you start a tweet with somebody's username, that will only be visible in the timelines of people who follow both accounts. However, they can always find that tweet on your profile page under the tweets and replies heading. You can also click here to see media. So that's all the tweets that I've sent that include a photograph, a video, or a GIF. Sometimes if you go to someone's profile page and you're looking for a certain tweet that they've sent, you might not spot it because it was a reply. So make sure you always check the tweets and the tweets and replies tab. The tweets and replies tab includes everything that person sent. At the top of your profile, you'll also see loads of numbers. So the number of tweets you've sent, the accounts that you're following, click to see those, the followers that you've got. You'll also be able to see the tweets that you've liked. Keep this in mind when you're liking tweets, that anybody can go to your profile at any time, click on likes to see what tweets you've liked. One of the things that new users hate about Twitter is the fact that you can't edit tweets. Once a tweet has been sent, you cannot change it. You can delete it, and to do that, you click this arrow top right of a tweet after you've sent it and simply click delete tweet. In the same menu, you can choose to pin something to your profile page. Quite often, users will pin something to the top of their profile page, which is useful information or something funny. So you can choose to do that. And then every time someone visits your profile page, the same tweet will always be top of the page. To unpin a tweet, just do exactly the same, unpin from profile page. Now I'm going to check out my notifications. I can see here at the top of the screen that I've got 3 new notifications. So I'm going to click that to go to my main notifications page. You'll see here, by default, it shows me all my notifications. That includes people who are following me, people who have liked my tweets, people who've retweeted me. If I just click on mentions there, that's just the tweets where people have mentioned me. There's obviously not much to see here at the moment because I'm new on Twitter, but you'll find that when you do start getting retweeted by people or followed by people, you might want to go straight to your mentions tab because that is more important than looking at everything else. You'll see here that I've got a reply from Super Lucky Di, replying to Banana Waffles, and she sent me welcome to Twitter and another little GIF there. So if I wanted to reply again to Di, just click the speech bubble at the bottom. Now you can see here it says replying to. That means it's a conversation. If you want to see the whole conversation, click on the tweet and then scroll up, and this vertical line here shows that this is a reply to a tweet, so it's a conversation. You can actually reply to your own tweets. That's called creating a thread. So if you want to say multiple things in different tweets but link them all together so people can see it as a story, you can do that simply by clicking reply under your own tweet. You can see it says in the box here, add another tweet. So I'm just going to add something silly here. And I love bananas. Maybe add a photograph to that. And tweet. My reply there has actually gone out as a brand new tweet, but if anybody sees that, they can click that link underneath, show this thread, and they'll see both of the tweets that I've sent. So that's how you can send out a group of tweets and keep them all stuck together so people can read them as a story. Now, when you're replying to a tweet, you need to be careful who you're actually tagging in that reply. Here's a good example. Super Lucky Di has retweeted this tweet here from Kathy at Mummy Travels. Now I want to reply to this tweet. If I click the speech bubble underneath, Twitter automatically tags in other users. You can see here and 4 others. Click on that link. This is who Twitter has tagged into this tweet. Now, it's fair enough that Kathy's there. It's Kathy's tweet and I want to reply to Kathy. That makes sense. I want to include at Mummy Travels in my reply. However, I don't want to include all these other people. Twitter has automatically included Super Lucky Di because Super Lucky Di retweeted it. They've also included everyone else who was tagged in the original tweet. So we've got Family on a Bike, Global Mouse, Greta Schifano and My Travel Monkey. I don't really want to reply to all those people. All I want to reply to is Kathy. So you can go through and you can manually untick these people, or you can simply untick that box at the top, and that removes all those extra tags from your reply. Save that, and now the reply is only going to Mummy Travels. It is good Twitter etiquette to do this, especially if you're entering competition. If you're entering a competition via a retweet, you are going to have another comper tagged into that reply to the promoter. So click on the link underneath, and then you can edit who is tagged into that tweet. Now let's look at messages on Twitter. Click on messages at the top to go to your inbox. Messages are always private on Twitter, and you can send a message to one user or to a group of users. Some people might say they're using messages for a group chat or a GC. In your main inbox here, you'll get messages from people who you follow and who follow you. So here's a message from Super Lucky Di. To reply to the message, simply type in the box at the bottom. At the top of your inbox, you'll notice there's a request tab as well. That's where you'll get messages from people who you don't follow. So always check in there just in case you have got any messages that you've missed. To send a message, simply click New Message at the top and type in either the username or the display name. So Super Lucky Di or Di Coke, and then choose from the list. Here you can add extra names if you want to make this a group chat. You can also send someone a message by going to their profile, clicking the 3 dots at the side, and choosing Send a Direct Message from here. In the same menu, you'll also notice that you can turn on mobile notifications for a certain user. So if you don't want to miss an update from one of your favourite Twitter accounts, you can choose to turn on notifications, and then if you use push notifications on your phone, you will get a little pop-up banner telling you whenever that person tweets. Here you can also turn off retweets. So if you don't want to see all my competition retweets, you can turn them off, and then you'll only see my own tweets on your timeline. Other things you can do in this menu on someone's profile page, you can mute somebody. That means you still follow them, but you don't actually see any of their tweets. So for example, you might want to follow someone for a competition, but you don't want to see what they're tweeting. So you can mute them. You can also block someone. For example, if you're getting spam messages from someone or it's things that you don't want to see, you can go to that account and block them, which means that you will never see their tweets and they can't see your tweets. Next, let's take a quick look at what you can search for on Twitter. Now, you can search for loads of stuff on Twitter. It's actually a little bit like Google in that you can find loads of information. So, for example, I want to know the latest information on the weather in Brighton. So I just search for that, and then my search results will come up. I'm going to see accounts that I can follow to do with Brighton weather. I'm going to see tweets about Brighton weather. Now, when you get your search results, if you look, you can filter these across the top. So what I always choose is latest, because I want to know the latest news. I want to see the most recent results. Top will usually show you popular results. Latest will show you the absolute up to the minute results. You can also click and search for the people associated with Brighton weather, photographs, videos. On the left-hand side here, you can see that you can actually show more search filters, and you can change this to tweets that have come from near you. Underneath the search filters, you've also got a Twitter advanced search where you can put in a lot more detail and information. Particularly at the bottom there, you can search between certain dates. So you can really restrict your Twitter search here to locations, to languages, to dates. You can even exclude words from your search. So there's loads of things you can try there if you're searching Twitter. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you did find it useful. I'll be leaving some useful links in the description below, and I'm also currently working on a video with more tips on entering competitions on Twitter. And hopefully I'll see you over at my blog soon at superlucky.me.